glorify your name for Tadeo as he's going to lead us through. We pray that you give him wisdom, knowledge, and power. And we pray, King of Glory, that even us, oh God, you give us a way out. In Jesus' name we prayed. Amen. Amen. Tadeo, you're welcome. We are usually more than this. You can use ogenda tunyonyola, you can use English and any other language. Kubanga we are ready. Tadeo, are you on unmute? Let me see you. Ndabanga, you've unmuted, so.
Okay.
There can be any other Bantu language. Temwagala ku Kaswahili, oba any language from the north. We are very inclusive. Tadeo, we are here. We are hearing.
Yeah, good morning, members.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
We are fine.
It is my turn.
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Yes, we are waiting for you.
Sorry.
Mm.
First of all, I'm sorry to join late. Because I slept a bit late. That. My name is Tadeo. Is Tadeo. I hope all of you know that. Rita,
Yes.
I hope you had shared my name.
Yes. I shared a poster with your name.
Okay. So, as you were, I'm going to share with you some information about cars, because I'm dealing in cars, and I'm also dealing in land, but mostly today I'm going to share with you some myth about cars. I'm also a driver by professional. I'm working with Elizabeth Glazer Pediatric AIDS Foundation as a driver stroke logistics assistant. And I also work in Kampala, around Mengo, on Kawakanjagara Road. That's where the bond is. I also connect with my customers for cars. So, and I also sell different cars, different types of cars, used here, and also the one we call new from Japan. So any type of car you want, I can get it for you and the reason why I chosen that business, it is not by mistake that I woke up one day with my money and I start that business of cars. I started it because I know cars. I know cars. I know how to check a good car. But basically today I want to advise you members, like for those who want to buy cars, like the beginners, those who are buying cars for their first time. When you are buying a car for the first time, you need to know, first of all, I would advise someone to who wants to buy a car to buy a new car in Uganda, the used car in Japan. That would be the best, but I know all of us, our income is not the same. There are those who can afford cars used here, and there are those who can afford cars used in Japan. So, why I recommend new cars? Because when you start with a new car, you don't, first of all, the old cars have challenges because 99% of people who dispose of their cars, 99% they dispose them off because they have some issues. So when you buy a car which is used here, just know that you are going to take someone's problems. So you expect that you get some challenges with it. Though there are those who sell because of different reasons, because they want to change, because some of them maybe they want to relocate from Uganda to another country. But those are the few. So, and also when you are buying a car, you need to look at the resale value. Like in case you want to dispose it off, is it going to give you, like, is it going to give you back your money, or it is going to kill your money? Because there are cars you buy now and the next day the value is already down. Once you put the number plate on it, the value goes down. And also, like when you are working in Kampala, you basically need transport, but you need to look at the car which has smaller engines for good fuel consumption. And also, you also look at the sale value, look at the maintenance costs. So you need to look at those things. But if you work up country and you drive your car up country, the advice I can give you is that you don't buy a car which has a smaller engine, like the 1.5. It is not good for those. It is not good for long journeys. Actually, frequent long journeys. Once in a while, it can work, but if you are going to use it frequently for those long journeys, it means that the engine will get weak very fast, and the way you can detect that the engine is getting weaker by seeing it, like when you go for service, automatically you find the oil level when it has gone down. So let me give you an example. If they are putting 4 liters of oil when they are servicing it, and after making like 5,000 kilometers or 3,000 kilometers, and when you go back for service and you find that it has 3.5 liters or 3, that is an indication that the engine is getting weaker. So you need to check that. Some people don't check cars when they are setting off, but the best the best thing would be, every time you are starting your journey, every time it would be good to check. There are some basic things like engine oil, cooling water for radiator, brake fluid, because when the brake fluid is not there, that the brakes will fail. So you have to make sure that those things are there before you start the journey or before you start your car. So you need to open the bonnet almost every day. But I know most people don't do that. So if you are weak in that, you can also check from the service when you go for service. But I know even some people don't go for service. They just call the mechanic to come and pick their cars. They take it for service. But it would be a good practice to, if you are not checking on a daily basis, maybe you check from the service station. You just ask them, the service attendant, the oil he has found, the one which he has removed, whether it is still the same like the one they put. So the same, like if he had put 4 liters, and you ask him whether they are still 4 liters. So that's how you can know that the engine is still intact, the engine is still okay. Yeah, just to confirm that your machine is still okay. So basically, and also, like when you are buying a car, you need also to know whether you need there are those who buy their first cars and they the cars with big engines and what, but because his friends or his circles, they are driving those kind of cars. But without even making a research about those types of cars. So it is better you do some research on cars before you buy, or you consult any person you know that he understands cars, for so that you don't buy a car which is going to give you hard time, and yet you buy a car just to enjoy your life and also to make your life easy. But you can buy a car and it makes your life hard, so it is good to consult. So there are cars, cars with high fuel consumption, cars with cars with high consumption, cars with or generally high maintenance. They are always sold like at a lower price. But cars with good fuel consumption, like those ones of 1.5 engines and what, and also depending on types, on the make, the once you see a car sold cheaply and it has a big engine and the type, maybe, let me give you an example. Like you find someone is selling a Ford at a lower price, just know that the money you are saving from buying, you spend it on maintenance. So they always have high maintenance costs. So you need to be careful with that, because there are types here, like the Hyundai, Honda, and also there are some other types of cars which buying it is cheaper, but maintaining it is very, very expensive. So you need also to look at that. So basically, that is those are the things you need to look at before you buy a car. I don't know if you have any question now.
Yes, thank you so much. Kati, we wanted to know, while other people are typing their questions, a good car, beginner,
Yes.
income is not so much, abeera yetaaga nga ssente mmeka ng'emmotoka tegendamu buzibu, it's not going to become a burden, like you said. Good fuel consumption, they work in Kampala, the car has a good engine, cheap maintenance, and it's their first car. So which cars do you advise? With how much, what price estimate are you putting on them?
Okay, that is a good question. You know, second, or can I call the third hand used cars? Because they come here when they're second hand. So a car which is good and which is used here and it is still in good condition, sometimes it depends on how it was handled. That is what determines the price, because you find a car I hope you are also seeing it, that you find a new, like a car with a new number plate, but when it was badly handled. So, and you find that a car with an old number plate, but when it was handled very well. So the price depends on the condition of the car. But if you are to buy a used car in Uganda, actually the type of car I would recommend, but people have different tastes. There are those who say, because me, I would tell you, like, we have in market, we have Fielder, we have Alumion, we have Paso City, we have Premios, those ones. Those are one of the cars which are good. They have even resale values, but I think I would recommend some of those types for the beginner. And the budget, I think it shouldn't go below 18M. It will not be a good car. But Premios, currently we have newer models which are coming now from 2009 upwards. Below that, they are not entering Uganda. So the Premios, they are a bit expensive. And maybe for those who have businesses like shops, poultry, there are those who have gardens, but they don't have pickups, because gardens need the best car would be a pickup. Or on those big farms, the best car would be a pickup. But if you have not yet managed to get a pickup, the best car, it would be a pole box Succeed. That one, I recommend that one for that kind of work. Yeah.
So let me finish the 18 million. Is it for a new car or for a used car? For example, the cars you have recommended, the cars you've recommended, like
it is for you.
a used car.
For used car in Uganda.
Used in Uganda. Okay. What if the person wants to import a new car and like I said, they work in Kampala, still a very good low maintenance car? Which ones would you recommend new, and what can their budget look like?
Yeah, okay. For me, I have two options I give my clients. The first option is hard, but I give it to you, and I leave it with you to decide. The first, there are two options. to buy from here the cars which are already here, or I import for you using your money. Those are the two options. The importing it using your money, you'll be saving some money, first of all. But you have to wait for 2 to 3 months. So you wait for that period for you. And before, if you tell me that I need this type of car, I'll just look for it. After getting it, I calculate all the costs. I give it to you in pictures. We all agree that just bring this one, because there's different things we look at when we are importing cars. We look at the condition of the car, we look at the mileage, we look at they are different. There are many features we check. So then from here, we also have cars which are already here, but of course, that one, it will include the profit, because I'll use my money to bring them. So I always add that profit. But the other option, because it is hard to convince a new person to maybe give you all his savings, the money he has saved for years, I don't know for how many years, trusting you with that money, it will be hard. But mostly for me, I always work for one person, and also like that person start making referrals. Actually, for me, I work on referrals, because the person who doesn't know you, it is hard to trust you with his or her money he has saved for years. So still importing a car like a Fielder, you need to have a budget of a Fielder. You need to have a budget of 27 millions, 28. Lumion, the same. And also, they are also those who have families. There's these days there is a newer model, because now we are allowed to bring 2009 and above. So there are that, like the family people these days, they buy Noah. If not Noah, Salford. If not Alphard, for small cars, there's Toyota Isis. It is also a family car. Wish, but most people, they don't want to Wish, because Wish people use them for taxis. I know there are people who don't want to, who would say that for me, I can't buy a Wish, because people will think that I'm doing taxi or what. But those are the cars, and there are also some other types, but mostly Toyota cars, most Toyota cars are very, like here with our roads and what, and the maintenance costs, Toyota cars are better and cheaper. Yeah.
What if someone is now the car options? Someone is asking in the comments about payment methods. What are payment methods? I don't know if it's for a car that is already in bond or a car that they're importing. So you can give us the two options. Payment method. Is it payment methods? How much maybe installment do you take, and for how many months? Car loans. So I know the loans don't work if you're importing for the person. So for a software for a car here and a car in bond, I mean for a car from bond and for a car that you're importing for the person, what are the payment options? How much do they need to first have for first installment, and when do they need to have the balance? Now for a car in bond, how much should they pay for first installment, and for how long can that happen? Like for how long should they pay the balance?
Okay. So for car in a for car in a bond, that one it is I think that one we just negotiate. I think it is not. What would I think someone just someone comes and we negotiate, because it depends on you on your income, because I would tell you now that I give you a car, like the first payment that you pay. If a car is cost, like if the cost is like 35 millions, if I tell you that you can pay 20 first, then the 10, the 15, you bring it in like in bits. It is better for someone to come and we talk, we negotiate. And also maybe the other thing, like for imported cars, for that one, you first pay money which can bring it up to Mombasa or Dar es Salaam. And when it reaches there, that's when you can bring the balance and we clear the taxes and the other costs. Yeah. So that one automatically it has to be cash, but you don't bring it at once. Yeah, you first pay money which can buy the car, and including CF up to Mombasa or Dar es Salaam. So when it comes, because they are cars which can't leave the port before you pay taxes, and there are cars which can leave the port before paying tax. But that one will be coming direct to the bond. You are a bond, and you clear taxes when it is here. But now, 2010 below, actually 2011 below, you have to clear taxes when it is still at the port. It comes here when it has already a number plate. Yeah.
Okay, that's good information. I didn't know. Someone in the chat is asking, how much do they need for a new Subaru Impreza? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
How much do they need, and what is the functionality, price, resale value, and engine? Yeah.
Subaru Impreza, I hope is talking about the Impreza, the small one, because their Impreza big, the big ones, but there is also this Impreza, the small one, which now people are buying. If it is that one which has an engine of 1.6, that one, it is a good car, though Subaru is always a Subaru. Subaru, it has high fuel consumption because of the way their engines are made, because they give them a lot of pulling power. So that's why the consumption is a bit high. But it is affordable. The sale value, they are not so bad, though they are not like the Fielders, the Lumions, those other Toyota cars, the one which are common. Yeah, so I don't know if he's meaning that car, and I understand, but you know that if he's talking of that one which has an engine of 1.6, most people love it, I want it, but they don't have enough information about it. So there is a client who wanted me to import that Subaru for her, but when I sat down with her and I explained her about that car, actually she didn't know that Subaru doesn't have a spare tire. So most people don't know that that car doesn't have a spare tire. So it is important to know that it doesn't have a spare tire. It is the same like a Vanguard. Vanguard don't have spare tires. But instead of spare tires, there is a kit they put in. That kit helps you to, like in case you have a puncture, you have a flat tire, it helps you to repair the tire, and then you put pressure in it. There is also that provision where you put the pump and then you put pressure in the tire. So even Subaru Impreza, the car Impreza, it also has that kit, but it doesn't have a spare tire. I hope all members on this platform are aware about it.
We were not aware. Yeah, but totally there, which price estimate should someone have ngayagala that Impreza? But also the person has asked that if you compare that to a Golf, which one do you advise and which one is a bit affordable? They need like price estimate. It may not be the actual.
Yeah, price estimate. That one, car Impreza, it is around 35 M from here, not imported.
So what about?
Imported, it's around 30.
So what
Yeah.
about a
Is
golf?
that 30? Sorry, is that 30
Golf.
minus the misolo or vanga if someone is done paying taxes? The one that is imported.
Now, for me, when I tell you, like, if I'm going to import for you, I first look for the car for that very time, and then I calculate all the costs. If I tell you that this car is going to cost 30M, that one I will be just handing over to you with a number plate. Although I don't fix the number plate on it, but they will be inside the car. And also, what you need to clear from here, it is just that one we can agree before we finish the deal, whether you want me to fix the number plate on your car and putting the first third party in Uganda. First insurance, it is always it is always cheap. The first one, it is cheap. Actually, for small cars, it is around 33,000. Then the following years, you start paying 75. So that one, we agree with those who say, you count when you are going to put the insurance and also fixing the number plates. And then I include that cost. But for me, if I tell you that it is 30, just know when everything is cleared.
So what about
So that
the golf, so that we can finish this person's
golf.
question?
Yeah, golf is a very expensive car. Golf is expensive. Actually, it is expensive in buying when it's still new, but once you get it out of the bond, the resale value drops very, very fast and badly. So, but it is a good car, but you can't compare it with a Subaru. Subaru is more affordable than a Golf. Why Golf is expensive? Because there are some types of cars which are not repaired by any mechanic in here, like they are cars which has their specific mechanics, like all garages in Uganda or in Kampala. So that one makes a car a bit complicated. Yeah, that is what I can say about a Golf. But driving it is superb.
Okay, Walu Mlala, someone is asking in the comments that can you please compare the smaller cars? I think small. Gigi, I'm going to leave you to ask this question.
Okay. Just imagine, Jagala, if you could compare and also advise, but I think you've answered some of the questions as you were explaining. I was looking like at a Subaru, either Impreza or a Trizia, and Volkswagen, either a Polo or a Golf, and maybe another small Toyota car, maybe like an Alex. What would you advise someone who is a new driver and driving within Kampala for something that is user-friendly? But I think you've kind of hinted on some of those things, but still I think I would need clarity. For the Subaru, Volkswagen, and Toyota, what would you advise?
Actually, Alex is better, but it's only that Alex now they are no longer entering Uganda. You can only get it from someone who has it here. But Alex is better. Yeah.
But also, someone was asking before we came to this meeting, someone wanted to know how about cars like Vitz, Raum, and Spacio. Yes, if you could help them estimate the price and talk about their maybe resale value, fuel engine, fuel consumption, those smaller cars.
Yeah. Yeah. Vits are good cars, but you need to check on when you are buying a VTs, you need to check on one thing. They are VTs which has engine of 1000 cc, and they also one which has 1.3. So when you are buying a VTs, I don't advise you to buy one which has less than 1.3 cc. The 1000 cc is good. Fuel consumption is superb, but that engine doesn't last for long. So I would advise you to buy a 1.3. Then Laum is a good car. Even the sale value is good, but they are also, I think as we talk now, they are also phased out because their years now, they don't have, they are not in newer years, the one allowed to come in Uganda. Then the cost for Laum in a bond is around 28, 30. Yeah.
What about when someone is importing a Vitz
When someone is importing, currently it's around, when it's importing, it's around 22, 23 there. But their years are I think they have expired even.
Even for Vitz?
No, the Laum. Laum importing it is around 22. No, I mean VTs, sorry. VTs. The
22
one which
million.
has 1.3. Yes. Yeah.
Someone is asking about advantages of push to start cars versus those with keys.
That's a good question. The advantage of push to start is that push to start, they can't be stolen easily. That is the advantage of it. But also, it has advantage and disadvantage. They can't be stolen easily, like this one with keys, with our usual keys. But also, the disadvantage of that, sometimes you can drive it somewhere deep in the villages, and the sensor refuses to sense the key. So sometimes it makes people stuck in some areas. You can't say that it will not read the key, but you have to give it time and it reads it. That is the disadvantage with that keyless. Then the advantage of the one with our normal keys is that you will not get stuck, but they are easily stolen because people use master keys and what. And actually now with those keys, there are people, they are experts who just look at the car and they cut the key without even trying it. They cut a key which can open that car and start the engine. Here in Uganda, that one is very, very common. So that is the other advantage of that one. That one you can't get stuck in a village that it has refused to start. It is hard. Sometimes it happens, but when you have used it for a long time, when the locks and like they are kind of when the locks are kind of somehow the key, sometimes it gets, when you overuse it, it becomes a bit flat, so that those locks are not, they are still, that's when you see people putting even these other keys for padlocks, and you see them starting the engines. So that is the thing. So when it reaches that stage, it means that it will need changing the what? The locks and or the self starter. And once you change the self starter, it means you are going to change all the locks on that car. You don't change only one. So that is it. I hope it is clear.
Thank you so much. Someone is asking, yeah, that is very clear. So, man, I didn't even have to consider what push up. Anyway, someone is asking, which online sites would you recommend for importing cars? Like the Be Forward, SBT, I think, and which ones do you recommend?
Be Forward first, SBT second, because those are the one I'm using also. I've tried others, but I've gotten some. But at least I've never gotten any issues Be Forward and SBT.
Thank you. I hope everyone has their questions answered. Anyone with a question that they haven't answered, Osana Tugam. I mean, people on the call, you can tell us your budget. We won't judge you, and then Tadeo can advise whether you need to add more money or that money can get you a car.
Yeah, before that, by the way, there is also something I wanted to share, because it is here people don't know that happens, but for people who are buying cars which are already here, whether from the buyindies, whether from where, just know that the car you are buying, if you did not see the mileage when it is coming from Japan, just know that the mileage you are getting, it is not the correct mileage for that car. I don't know if people know that, but I need to tell you that, because we know people, when they come to buy, they first check the mileage. But now what happens? Cars which come here, the mileage is reversed. So the mileage you find on the car, it will not be the correct mileage.
Thank you. So when you buy from,
Are you aware about that?
no, we were not aware. We were not aware.
So that mileage, but the mileage you see from Japan, it is the mileage which is uh, which is uh, which is correct for the car. But from here, that is the first thing they do. They first reverse it. And maybe the other thing, if you have not given me the opportunity of doing business with you, me, I'm also available for advices about cars, about uh, land. I also do some land. So even if you want to buy from Nakawa, from where, I can always help you to go and check for you, because I know most of those guys in Nakawa, those buying these, and I'm sure even the price I get from them, you will not get it from. We can't buy it at the same price. So if you want me to help you, please, you feel free to contact me, and I help you.
All right. There are some other questions. Thank you so much. We didn't know that you need to check mileage can be reversed. Jesus. Someone is asking, they have a budget of 13 million with all tax, like this 30 million. This 30 million, they want their car and key in the hands. What cars would you advise? And also, after sharing that mileages can be changed, someone is also wondering if manufacturing dates can be changed.
Manufacturing date. What is changed here? Manufacturing date cannot be changed, but what is changed here now, what is common, it is reversing the mileage and also changing colors. I know people who are buying Harriers, those who want Harrier, most of them want silver color, and silver color is scarce and the price is high. So what happens now, people they buy black color, because black color is a bit cheaper, and they spray it silver and they change it from URA in the logbook. So that one, it is also common nowadays. For you, you think that you have bought a silver color, but when it is just changed from here. And when that one which is changed from here, trust me, your color will fade very fast. Yeah.
So what about the person with their 30 millions? Which cars would you advise? 30 is everything. Tebongera ko and bagala keys in their hands.
30 is Fielder, Lumion, Paso Sete can be even less than that. Even Fielder can be less than that, like around 28, 29, depending on the year and the condition of the car. Then the other car is what? That Subaru Impreza. Yeah, those types. Actually, that one you just tell me that I have this budget, but I need this car. And also there are people who have money and they want to buy a car. they want to buy a car, but they don't know which type of car they should buy. So they come and like kind of seeking advice. And I always advise them on which car they should buy. But there are also those who say, this car, this one you want me to buy, it is common, what, those things. There are people who want to buy cars which are not common. But if you don't want to buy a car which is common, be ready for just to buy a car which is going to be expensive, if not expensive, which has high maintenance costs. Yeah, because you pay for it if you don't want to buy a car which is common. Yeah.
Okay. Someone else was asking. I don't know if that answer. The person said, those the types you're mentioning, I think they're the ones she doesn't like. So I've asked her to tell us which types she wants so that you can advise.
No, Rita, that's okay. It will be a one-on-one with him. But
Okay,
I get what to say.
Okay. Okay, so I had the other question. I was looking for it. Someone is asking, are there peak or favorable seasons to buy cars, like when there are discounts?
Yeah, but there are some seasons like now, towards August, September, there will be some discounts on some cars, most especially the 2009 models, because they will be ending by 31st December this year to come to Uganda. So why August and September? Because they give you that period of importing it to this side. As I told you, it takes 2 to 3 months, and the deadline 31st December. So yeah, that season is there.
Sorry, let me just unmute and ask this. You were just answering that question. Then I thought to myself, if I bought a car of, let's say, 2009 or 2010, what are the disadvantages with this car? Is its engine compromised? I don't know.
No, it is not. It is just the policy in Uganda that cars which are older than, like, beyond 15 years, they are not allowed to come to Uganda. And for the better information, you can find a car of 2009 model better than a car of 2011 model, the same type. It is also depends on the person who was using it, the other side, how he handled it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I hope that has answered her question, that it's just a policy. Okay, I think that's it. I haven't seen any more questions. I think if people have questions, I'm going to share Tadeo's contact in the group. If you have personalized questions, if you have a budget that was in your head and now it's not fitting the budgets he has been talking about, or if you want to buy secondhand, if you want to import a Japan secondhand, I think you can reach out to him on a one-on-one.
Oh, the other one, Rita.
Yes.
Sorry, I figured typing might take time. I've also come across the those that say manya importing up to, like you get it either from Masaka or from this border here, Busia, Manya, what would you advise? Which one is less stressing or less costly? Also, besides Japan, which other places? Sometimes I be there passing time on Before, and I see different cities besides where it's not Japan, where it's from where. I don't know if there are preferences. Some places would recommend if someone is on the lookout.
Okay. When you are dealing with Be Forward, it does. It is supposed to be in Japan, or even SBT. You can buy a car from Be Forward when the car is in Singapore. You understand? So some of them you find them in Yokohama. They are in different locations, but you buy from a company. I don't know if it is clear.
Yes, it is clear.
Yeah.
Okay,
It has no cost implication in terms of transport. If it is,
No.
Does the company cover those extra costs?
That one, they give you a cost. Even if it is in Singapore, they give you a cost, which is up to the port. That's why they put the cost of the car, and they add a CF, the total cost with CF. CF, it means it is going to come up to Mombasa or Dar es Salaam.
And then the different ports clearing from somewhere in Masaka, I don't know where exactly. Someone was saying over Masaka, Bambara, I've forgotten. I think Masaka, there's somewhere where they also clear. Someone was saying, but it's cheaper and over faster when they clear from that side, and like clearing from this side of Busia, Mombasa. I was a bit confused.
No, the only thing is actually for me, I use Dar es Salaam port, and the reason why I use Dar es Salaam port, the distance is a bit far than Mombasa, but the reason why I use Dar es Salaam, it is because of 2 reasons. The Dar es Salaam port is not so busy like Mombasa. That is the first thing. The second thing is Tanzania is more safer than Kenya in terms of safety. You know, there are those thefts on the way. I don't know if you have got it.
Yes, very clear. Thank you very much.
But it is not that it is cheaper, because the taxes, they are in URA portal. So the only difference which can be on taxes, it is the dollar rates, but not that it is cheaper, because the prices are set. Once you put a chassis number for that vehicle, you can be able to see the tax it pays. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I have been reading people's DMs and they're just making me laugh. Yeah, thank you so much. I hope we all have a little bit of knowledge about cars. I was really so green previously. I had no idea. Yeah, but we are grateful and we thank you so much. I'm going to be sharing your details in our group, and if anyone is not part of the group, they can always just DM me and I send you their contact and they will reach out for consultation. Tadeo has also shared that if you're buying a car, he can, like if you're not buying from him, but you're buying from another bond or from those bonds around Nakawa from Indians. He also offers services to go and help you on your purchase, but also helps you check the car if the mileage was reversed or if there's anything else that is missing. So, and also, Tadeo, I don't know, but also if someone is buying a second hand, can you be contacted so that you can help them do some checks? I don't know if you offer
Yeah,
that
yeah,
for
yeah,
second
yeah.
hand. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, he
yeah, yeah,
says
yeah. I
says if
can do
some,
that.
yes,
But
so
for me,
mm,
if someone comes, if someone wants me to check for him a car, please don't feel offended if I tell you that don't buy this car, because me, I don't. There are people, because they want to get something in their pocket and what they tell you to buy any car without considering other things. But for me, please, if you call me and I tell you, please, this one don't try, don't feel offended.
these members you've had, if you go to Tadeo, he will tell you the truth. Yeah, he will tell you at some point, he will tell you don't buy. So you come ready to brace yourself for the truth, nothing but the truth. Thank you so much, Tadeo. These services are thank you for sharing your knowledge. I know some people are not on the call, but they will listen to the recording. I'm going to be sharing the recording and people will listen to it. People are really grateful for the few insights they have. And someone shared that now they are really hopeful that they can afford a car because previously they didn't even know how importing a car, that it can be cheaper or it can be affordable. So thank you so much. People will be reaching out to you at their due time when they're ready to start talking about cars. They'll reach out to you and ask for some of your services. Please let's support Tadeo because he has given us free knowledge. So if you're buying a car, you could just have a consultation with him. If you're importing a car, you could use him. And he's I have testimonies of people he has imported cars from. When I posted him, people told me, oh, he imported my car and he's really, really good. So go to a trusted person. Yeah. Thank you so much. Unless there are any more questions, I would like to end this meeting. We already passed our time. I'm not seeing any questions. In case others come forward, I will be maybe forwarding them to you. Other than that, thank you so much, Tadeo. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to share this recording. If someone didn't attend the meeting and they want to listen to the recording, you could share with them the recording. Yeah.
Alita, maybe before you close,
Mm.
I would also take this opportunity to thank you for uh, adding me on your group, and also to share with you some knowledge about cars. I know there are so many people out there, but I've appreciated to your support. Yeah, thank you so much. And the members on this platform, thank you for listening to me. And please feel free to contact me anytime you want. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're very, very welcome. I always look out for the best people, for my people. Yeah. So, and when you had that conversation, I realized, oh, you're very, very knowledgeable. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop the